Hi, it's me again, Patrick, one of the developers of ed.Detect. Today I'm going to show you another use case for ed.Detect. Stay tuned if you want to learn how ed.Detect improves alerting systems with the help of AI. As we have already seen in the last two videos, manual monitoring of data streams is no longer effective or possible today due to the huge availability of data. For this reason, many companies use automated notifications to inform analysts immediately about unusual data trends. Typical questions that should be answered without any effort are, for example, are all the functions of my website running without errors? How do external events affect my website traffic? Is the traffic for all my markets as expected? However, recognizing anomalies in data flow is a complex process and different information is relevant depending on the context. The response of many alerting systems is often too simple. Only fixed threshold values are used and therefore only peaks and drops in the data are considered. This is because such threshold values are always too general and almost never provide added value, as data trends can be highly dynamic with large fluctuations and do not reflect long-term changes. As these systems cause many false positive and false negative, alert fatigue occurs very quickly and confidence in the data system decreases. How can we help? Let's first have a look at the different types of anomalies. Because for a functioning alert system, it is necessary to define what is actually considered anomalous in the data. Basically, there are two types of anomalies. Firstly, those that are caused by measurement errors and whose causes should subsequently be corrected. And secondly, those that are caused by external influences and whose analysis can provide important insights. To identify these anomalies, it must first be clear which data trends are normal, or in other words, predictable. Without extensive business knowledge, it is almost impossible to identify the normal trend. Speaking of the baseline of the data. We at eDynamics know that the curse of the data is mainly influenced by the four following factors. Seasonality, which means regular and periodic courses. Trend, periods of growth or recession that last over longer periods of time. Holidays, short-lasting but predictable and recurring events. And external factors, relevant influencing variables outside the system that nevertheless have a lasting influence on the course of the data. What remains is a so-called stationary component, which represents random or undefined fluctuations. This decomposition of the data opens a multidimensional perspective, which makes it possible to visualize and interpret unusual events. Anomalies that occur outside the peaks and drops can thus be found. It's also possible to classify them in the current season, recognize changes in long-term trends, measure the effects of unusual events, and draw conclusions about external factors. And this is exactly where ed.Detect comes into play. ed.Detect is able to effectively calculate all these components using ML algorithms so that they are available to the user at any point in the data history. These insights can then be processed quickly and easily in an automated manner to generate concrete recommendations for action. One application can be an intelligent alerting system that goes far beyond the functions of pure notification. We combine eDynamics' many years of expertise in data analysis with the powerful algorithms of ed.Detect. An alerting system of this kind contains precise details about every anomaly, such as how can the anomalies be classified in terms of time, which data streams are affected, which values were expected, which values were reached, and how high is the deviation. What are the possible reasons for the anomaly? Which data streams can be directly or indirectly affected by this anomaly? And especially relevant, how critical is the anomaly in terms of my core KPI, for example, sales or conversions? So, what makes alerting with ed.Detect so special? The special thing about ed.Detect is that we can customize the content and functions of the alerting system at any time. For example, to match the corporate design, tailored to specific target groups, or variable in the notification interval. The additional information can also be integrated in your daily monitoring, for example, in existing dashboards, reports, or recurring analysis. To do this, the source data is simply expanded to include a few more columns by integrating the calculations into the daily data flow. This can save an enormous amount of analysis work, as incident and campaign evaluations, baseline calculations, and context data are available directly, without delay and without any manual capacities. And this doesn't work only for individual KPIs or observation periods. It is available for any data period and without data science knowledge. With this approach, ed.Detect raises the level of data democratization to a new level. ed.Detect can also be used to create an interface that allows users to flag relevant data points so that the AI can react accordingly. Analysis results are then presented in a dashboard and made available to everyone. What are you still waiting for? Start your AI-supported alerting and monitoring with ed.Detect now. Smarter, faster, ed.Detect.